Hey guys! I just got ready for school and I thought I'd take the time this morning to do a little tutorial on how to make a granny square. Let's get started. So when I make my granny squares, I like to start with a magic circle. Some people will do a chain, and you can do that like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'll put it back in the beginning loop. And slip stitch it, and then you have like a little ring that you can crochet in. But I like to do mine with a magic ring, and I'll show you how. So you start out with it wrapped around your fingers like this. So you wrap it, stick your hook in through, and we're going to do a double crochet. So we want to start off with a chain 2. So you're going to chain 1 and chain 2, and that now you still have your little loop, but you have your chain. That counts as your first double crochet. And then you're going to do one more double crochet. So now you have your chain 2, which counts as your first double crochet, and 2 more. So you have 3 double crochet all together. Then you're going to chain 2, then you're going to do another 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Get some yarn here. And then you're going to do another chain 2 and another 3 double crochet. Another chain 2, and one more set of 3 double crochet. So you should have 4 sets all together. Now here, I have my yarn all wrapped up. Now here, you're going to have a gap. This is where you tighten your magic circle. So what you do is, you take the loose end and you tug it just a little to see which loop pulls first, and that's the loop that you're going to actually tighten first. So the loop that actually moved is the loop that you then grab and you tighten. Then you take your loose string again and you pull it, and then both loops are gone and it's now tight and secure. You're going to chain 2, and you're going to, I usually do, you can either do a slip stitch or you can take it into the second chain that you made in the beginning and do a slip stitch. And a slip stitch is simply, you put your hook in, you wrap it and pull it through that loop and the loop on your hook, and that's a slip stitch. Now after you do that, you chain 2 and you chain 1 more. That's going to be just a regular chain, and you're going to do 3 double crochets in the next chain 2 space. Then you're going to chain 2 and you're going to do another 3 in that same space. This is how you make a corner on a granny square. Then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to do 3 double crochets in the next chain 2 space, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets in the next chain 2 space. And you can see it's starting to look like a square. The reason you put chain 1 here is that whenever you go up to the next row, you're going to put 3 DCs in here, and you want it to be a little bit looser. You don't want it to be completely tight, or it'll start to get a weird puckered look as you go. So after you make your corner, you chain 1, and you're going to repeat the same process in the next 2 chain 2 spaces. Okay, so before I do this last corner, because we already technically have 1 DC here, I'm going to show you how to finish the corner off. So you start off with your 3 double crochet, 2, 3, and you're going to chain your 2, and then you're going to do 2 double crochet. 1. Now when you do the 2 double crochet, remember this here counts as as 1 double crochet. So that makes 3 altogether. So you're going to slip stitch like we did in the last row, just in that second chain to connect them. Oh, having little issues there, I'm catching on a loop. And there you go. Now here is where I would slip stitch around that center part before I go on, and then I would chain 2 to count as my first double crochet. And then I would do 2 more double crochet in that same spot. If you're working with more than one color, it's easy to just start on a corner and continue on, but sometimes you don't always end up on a corner when you're using one color, so that's how you would do that part. Then you would chain 1. You always chain 1 in your space where you're going to put 1 single crochet, or 1 set of 3 double crochets. Then you're going to go into the corner here, and you're going to do just like we did the corners before. You're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 2, and another 3 double crochet. And you can see that it's going to keep going on, like so. Then you chain 1, and then you do the 3 double crochet in that chain 1 space from the row below. The only time you ever do 2 in the same space is when you get to a corner, because that's how you make your corners. So go ahead and do this the rest of the way. So now I finished that row, and you can see how it continuously goes around and around. You just keep building up. Granny squares are one of my favorite things to make. You can do so many different things with them, and you can alternate colors in any way you like, make them any size you want. There's just a million different things that you could do. If you've never made motifs before, this is where you should start, making granny squares, because they are the easiest for beginners, and you can do so much with them and kind of learn the basics on how to make them, assemble them, and shape different projects. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Bye!